To all the lecturers who is watching this video presentation today. My name is Lee Jinzo and I'm from PSP Group 3. And after watching the movie Live Free or Die Hard, my group has already produced a few topics to be discussed and share with you. And I hope you guys will enjoy the video next after my part. And if you like it, please hit the like button first. Thank you.
Power System Protection Group 3. Today I'm going to present our project, which is Live Free or Die Hard 4.0, and it is a Len Westman's 2007 American action thriller movie, and it's the fourth series from 1997's Die Hard series. So, in the story that we can tell that the New York Police Department, Detective John McClane, has to battle a cyber-terrorist team led by Thomas Gabriel, cast by the Timothy Olyphant, who infiltrates commercial and government systems and launch a fire establishing four-phase cyber attack on the economy, uh, power systems, and all those government infrastructures. So, as usual, Veteran Officer John McClane has to uh, interrogate this computer hacker, which is just cast by the Justin Long, and they are going to face a battle caused by the Thomas Gabriel, the mastermind of the entire hacker teams. And in this entire operations, the Ukraine's control center has lost over 30 substations, which has caused over 200,000 Ukrainians unpowered due to the electricity blackout. Okay? So here comes our summary. That Matthew Farrell, which is cast by Justin Long, is a 20 years old South African co-actor. And as usual, they are going to hack the government in exchange for 50 grants from the Mylink, the second mastermind of the hacker teams led by Thomas Gabriel. And for the first phase is the wipe out of the entire uh, security network of the US Washington DC and also the hackers as well. And for the second phase, that they are going to seize control of the Wall Street stock market, which is the financial and economic sector of the entire country, which is causing a panic of the public. Okay? So for a third seizure, which they are going to take over the nation's television signal and all those communications, telecommunications, and they're going to broadcast the demolition of the US Capitol building, which means that the hackers have been control and win the entire battle over the government. Okay? So for the fourth and the last stage is the wipe out of the power utility grid, which is causing a blackout on the eastern shore. And in this tragedy has caused demolitions and wipe out of the entire power stations in the eastern seaboard. Yes. And after all, the Thomas Gabriel mastermind has been shot and injured by the McClane's, which is a detective, and John McClane has awarded a merit badge after all. Thank you.
Okay, to my lecturer, which is the Taifa. My name is Nushrani bin Abdulhalim, AE1 is 0045. Okay, I will continue present part B in our assignment group, which is movie Life Free or Die Hard. In part B, discussion of the actual backup case. According to the plot summary for the movie Life Free or Die Hard, we can they have ability to inspire and motivate would be the December 2016 caused by a cyber attack on the company responsible for transmitting electricity. Okay, the first scene, the hackers employing the black energy blindware gained access to the industrial control system (ICS), which is SAS, of many transmission and distribution providers, enabling them to remotely shut off energy to a significant number of customers, around 225,000 people, were without power for several hours as a result of the attack. Okay, for the second point, the employees' power corporations' phishing emails was used to deliver the virus. The hackers will be able to access the network of the business, and after install the virus, including the ICS, they managed the electrical distribution system. Then they took use of this access to remotely shut down the power distribution system that caused the blackout to occur the country. Okay, for the third the plot is this incident was the earliest cases of a cyber attack causing a blackout. It is also emphasized how vulnerable critical infrastructure is to cyber attack and how the importance to have strong cybersecurity measures placed to guard against them. Okay, for the last plot is significant that the criminal have been detected the Sven Home organization, which supported by the Russian government and is known to threaten crucial infrastructure and industrial control system. Okay, we continue to our part B, part D, chronology of the actual blackout case. Okay. We start in December 2015. Hackers used spear phishing attempts to target individual employees of a number of research and residential power companies in Ukraine with email that contained malware. Okay, so the continue to December 24 December 2015, which is once the virus was installed, hackers had access to the organization network that include industrial control system (ICS) that manage the electrical distribution system. As a result, the hackers used their access to remotely shut down the power distribution system that affect 225,000 people. And the last in 25 December 2015, the bulk of the affected customers eventually regained electricity, although the station remained without power for a number of hours after interruption. Okay, after the attack was made public and looked into, it was found that Sunworm, a group supported by the Russian government, was responsible and carried out. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hello and a very good day to Dr. Aifa and my fellow classmates. My name is Punchun Phai with the matrix number AE190091 from group PSP3. In this part of the video, I shall be explaining and presenting the restoration of the power grid and the lessons learned that we have learned from the blackout case that we have decided, which was from Ukraine back in 2015. All right, so I shall be presenting on the restoration of the power grid first. Back in 2015, the Prikapatia Oblenego control center in the Ivano-Frankivsky Oblast of Ukraine was hit the hardest, with 30 substations being taken out from the cyber attack. Why this was hit the hardest? Because actually there were two other electricity distribution centers that were hit as well, the Chernivtsi Oblenego and the Kiev Oblenego control centers, but they were at a more minor scale. There were other parts there were other infrastructures in Ukraine that was hit as well from this attack, but the attack wasn't that successful because their security was much more robust. So this cyber attack happened back in 2015 by a reportedly Russian group called Sunworm, and this assault has left more than 200,000 Ukrainian citizens without power for up to about 6 hours before electricity was able to be restored back to them. Experts from Ukraine and the United States of America that were involved in investigation of this attack had found out that the attackers had control of the facility's SCADA system, and they have overwritten the firmware on critical devices such as servers at about 16 substations through the malware that had been codenamed Kill Disk. This caused these control centers to be unresponsive to any remote directives or orders from operators of the power grid. At the end, electricity was restored to users, but this is because workers still had to control the circuit breakers manually to keep the distribution control centers and power grid operational. And anything that's remote access and automatic had been disabled entirely. So these workers had to do all the work manually through manual labor. So we've come to the lessons learned from the case, and we've learned that the attack on the Ukraine's power grid has left a remarkable mark on the country in terms of cybersecurity. This attack is one of the first of its kind, and it targeted a common utility that tens of thousands of people need to survive during harsh weather, which is very prevalent in the Eastern Europe or Northern Europe part, which is winter. Their winter can be very, very unrelenting, and a lot of people need electricity for heat. The vulnerabilities of the Ukrainian power grid was the power grid that Ukraine used until now was actually built during the Soviet Union era, where Ukraine had not had its own independent jurisdiction yet, where it was part of the Soviet Union, but it's not its own country yet. And the power grid was actually upgraded with Russian manufactured part and has not been replaced since the upgrade, which was a very long time ago. There were already breaches of security through prior compromises of networks using emails and black energy malware, which was before 2015. And the implementation of trusted information resources management is important with the procurement of trusted hardware and software system is what we have learned from this cybersecurity attack. We need to be more careful with the things that we procure to be implemented onto our systems. Organizations and companies should be very cautious and develop contingency plans or plan Bs that allow safe operations of their systems. These important networks should be protected and be privated from the rest of the world, especially from the World Wide Web or the internet. And remote access and operations need to be limited to certain individuals, trusted individuals, or maybe trusted group within the organization, so that the important stuff that contains people's information or those very important systems that run the country should be protected by those protected from those who wish to cause harm to it. Thank you very much for watching this part of the video. Thank you. That's all from me.
Good morning. My name is Suji Sen. My number is 9819093. Now I will continue to present the similarity between the movie Black Free of Die Hard and the breakout case, the Ukrainian electric eel cyber attack. The first similar is the person in charge of group of cyber terrorists who systematically conduct a cyber attack has a working experience in this department or sector. From the movie, Thomas Gabriel is a former Defense Department analyst who easily leads his team to hack into the government system. From the breakout case, the Power Guild's collapse was linked to the Russia Advanced Persistent Threat Organizer called SEWOM. The clue, an agency in charge of the Russia military intelligence, has said to have a cyber military division called SEWOM Groups. Next similar is the beginning of the cyber attack symptoms has been shown to exist its purpose of being a big project. From the movie, Gabriel is given a command to kill the hacker as a part of the plan. This entails starting the beginning phase of a computer attack of the US government network using a virus he has installed that detonates via explosives attached to the hacker's computers. Then they press the delete key. For the backup case, a phishing email with a malware attachment serves as the starting point of the attack on the country's power in infrastructure. In this instance, Excel what documents that were viewed by the user on corporate networks of the organization release the energy 3 malware which remain hidden and store their valid user credential. Next, similar is the goal of cyber attack is to seize the unauthorized control management in order to gain access to the restricted system. For the movie, the fire sales operation is carried out by the terrorist mastermind Thomas Gabriel and his group of cyber terrorists. This operation performs three steps. First step is to shut down all transmission system. Second step is to disable the financial system. Third step is turn off all the public utility system. For the backup case, the hacker put their own modifier firewall on Siri to internet device or citizen to hide in order to hide their threats and block themselves times. They also use the kill disk to destroy the master boot record of the system that had compromised and to delete the sound logs. The telephone system of the electric companies are also subject to deny of the system attack, which prevent them from communication. In one instance, Windows-based HMIS in remote terminal unit are replaced with QDIS in order to hamper effort of power restoration. The attack also remotely unplug the UPS uninterruptible power supplies equipment. So last but not least, to conclude, the majority of the crime committed today through the internet are cyber attacks. The sufferer suffer a great loss as a result. We should take certain precautions to prevent such crimes. Cyber attack can be reduced with the help of watchful behavior and adherence to safety protocol, protocol, protocols, which including monitoring network security day by day and enhancing the authentication by for any remote access communication. This is all for me. Thank you.